Grand Rising. How everybody doing today? Welcome to another video. Today topic, I honestly wanted to speak about dating apps. I feel like I feel like it comes a lot with that dating app shit. That T, we got the T app going crazy right now, like bananas, literally bananas. It's fucking outrageous how manipulation could happen within the dating market. But it always been like that. My perspective of it all, because I personally never use a dating app. I prefer not to. I like physical interaction. First of all, catfish. That's like the number one red flag of dating apps. How would you know they're telling the truth over the phone or something? Like I dead ass seen a video on Twitter. This guy or whatnot was trying to go out with a girl, and it was a whole man at the end of it. Like, to be honest, I feel like all dating apps should be banned. Should be banned to a certain extent, cause ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. I know people have their reasons for using it. Maybe an insecurity thing. Maybe they can't properly talk to somebody, or maybe it's like quick fuck casual sex type job. That's cool and all. Even, alright. Let me talk about this T out for real though. The concept of the T out was supposed to be for women doing the same thing they really always done for real. Have a little certain corner where they talk about men. They share men around, see what's what. Like on Facebook. Like this T out concept is really not new. But it's new because there's a whole bunch of like, I don't know if it's just because there's a whole bunch of women involved with it or whatnot, but this T concept not new. Facebook literally had the cheating thing where if your man or woman got caught on a page or some shit, they'll notify everybody else around and be like, this person doing that. Which I get it, but at the same time, this is where the manipulation and lie and all the curves of it all come in. Females are naturally more vulnerable, more gullible in my eyes, more emotional when it comes to relations of such. This is another reason why I don't personally go on dating apps or text, trying to get with the person through phone. Only because you really never know what they got going on. You never know how they feeling. Maybe if you feel me, you bag them, you bag a girl, you start talking to her on the phone and shit, then y'all transition it to real life, then yeah, that's really pop. That's really pop right there. But people are chronically online. And I feel like, here go the feeling. I feel like once you chronically online, you feel like it's a lot of things online that's valid in real life, which is not. I'm gonna be real. Real life and online is two different type of perspectives, realities, whatever the fuck. You know? Like you could never. First of all, reality is real. What's on the phone is the media. And that ain't no telling what's fake. That's why on the T app it was really useless to even make. The facades of, Photoshop. People Photoshop it still to this day. I edit pictures, I edit videos. So I know how this Photoshop shit could work. AI, that shit is like real as fuck nowadays. You cannot run from a lot of fake shit. So it's really no point and going on dating apps. Tinder, like you really have no real connection with the person. Say you go on Tinder on one of these freaky apps. You get with somebody, you good. Y'all start procreating and shit. How the fuck would that really work if y'all never had like a fucking friendship before fucking? You know, I'm a big. I think. I think relationships should start as friendships. Some of them, some of them. If you a personal person, like personalis, fuck. If you like showing your personality to your spouse, then I feel like being a friend would help because they got to deal with your bullshit. You got to deal with their bullshit. It's inevitable. Humans, we are ourselves, and I believe you shouldn't hide or shun yourself because of a person. You know, you're degrading and harming yourself by not being yourself. These apps, they make a man, a woman become something they're not entirely. Why? Validation. Why? Good looks. They want to feel good. Like, I don't get it. I don't really want to get it. This is why I'm talking about, like, complaining about it. You know, you could get set up. You could get robbed. I just think too much to put myself in a position. Online dating, it's like, why would I put myself in a position to get scammed in any type of way? I'd rather meet no offense to the big women, but I'd rather meet a fat bitch in real life and see how cool she is and be like, okay, maybe I could deal with this. Instead of fucking thinking I'm getting a petite, fine shit online, and then it comes this bitch looking like Shrek and shit. You know? Like, I just feel like that's just disgraceful. Online apps is like degrading to you, honestly. It's no purpose, it's misleading. You really get nothing real out of it. You get nothing good out of it. You know how many swipes people go through to even find one person? Like, I don't know, but I could imagine. That T app shit is. People say it's gonna start a gender war. Gender wars never ended. It's still been continuing since the early 20s. Since the early 2020, the early 20s, that's when gender wars already was going on. Corona, all that shit. When you had the motherfucking, what's that shit? What's that podcast called? Fresh and Fit. You got all of them going on. You know, Cameron Samuels, he had a few to the fire. What you got, the sprinkle lady. Then you just got ladies out through the internet going crazy on men. So this agenda wars concept and thing, it been a thing, but it's only online. You know, in real life, people do have similar situations and conversations, cause I have it with folks. But it's all a perspective and a individual thing. It don't goes for the grand scheme of everybody around, which is good. If everybody had the same concept of everything, then I feel like it would be no individualism within life. You wouldn't able to be yourself. You're like a sheep. Why you think I say deep sleep the sheep? I'm not a sheep. Maybe I see what people doing, see what the herd doing, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Mm, I guess. You know? Like, when there was a big OnlyFans academic, what the fuck I'm supposed to do about that? Like, I wasn't making videos at the time. A lot of women, they was doing that my body, my choice shit. And this is why you can't really say gender wars or anything about nothing, because let's be honest, let's be real. Women have more influence in the world. Women literally have more influence. They use their influence for however they want to use it. You can't really get mad at a woman for using her influence how she want to use it. That's her body, her choice type shit. Until it works in a negative connotation, a negative manner. and then it's a problem. You know, this is why I feel like dating apps did play a part in the gender wars because, how could I say this? Dating apps really not for men. If you want to be honest, it's hard to even get with a bitch that'll settle for you or, deal with you. A man, we like anything. We'll hit anything. That shit look good. If it smell good, it's wraps. I'm not gonna lie. If it look appetizing, highly like we gonna want to eat that. Facts. But when it comes to a girl, a woman, they get so technical. It gets to levels and shit. Oh, oh my god. You know, it just get crazy. It do. And then this is where the standards come in. Women risen, however I could pronounce this, their standards. They raised their standards. And it was like, I was a kid. I'm 20 now. I was a kid. I'm looking at grown people, you know? Women not wrong for raising their standards. But you can't get mad at a man for doing the same shit. Especially when all the women is on the same shit, you know? You can't really like think for another person when it comes to stuff like this too. I'm gonna try to hit the 15-minute mark. Like, side note, I'm gonna try to hit the 15-minute mark with this. I don't want to go on too long, but I might make a part two with another topic. But listen, I feel as if God will put a person in your life for you personally so you could prosper and continue to do greater in your life. I know. I believe in independence. I try not to be so codependent within a person or a spouse or anything because look at it, man. They could use you. They could do anything with any information you give them. So you got to be smart and kind of technically strategious with your information. I agree on that. I feel like when God give you the person, not even to settle down with, but to learn from, learn to. You can learn off a person, man or female. People feel like they know it all when they don't know shit, especially young boys like myself and other folks. When you're fucking 25, even when you're 25, you don't know it all, you know? I feel like with every age comes another awakening, another, oh shit, this is how this go, you know? It's never, I know this, why you telling me this? I already, that's inconsiderate. Whatever. That's just my opinion of it all. I feel like God do things for a reason. He put people in place for a reason. He take people out of place for a reason. Lord, forgive me if I ever mocked you. I will purposely say this during the mic. So when I post this, I hope the people who mocked you, you forgive them. Because, listen, I say a lot of jokes. And I try not to make a lot of jokes about you, Lord. Because I love you. You put me through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of growth building things that I really needed. And I feel like a lot of more people will need the same thing when it comes to that time. So I'm going to leave the video here. The basis of all dating apps is a scam. The T app is just for controversy. It's for women to feel empowered in a sense. Just live your life, man. Live your life to the best, to the fullest. Really not give a fuck about other people's opinion. If you on that T app or whatnot, first of all, you must been talking to the wrong woman. As a man, you gotta know who you talking to. You gotta know these women is evil. These girls are evil. You gotta keep yourself protected. Fuck them. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck them. Because they gonna protect themselves. I know this for a fact. Women gonna protect themselves even if they, you feel me, go through struggle too. They gonna protect themselves. And you gotta protect yourself. A lot of men handicap themselves just because of a woman. Just because of their mom in specific. You can't let no woman come in between your life and your destiny, your goals, the shit that God put you in here for, so you could get through and hopefully see the heaven gates. I think I'm done. I'll catch up with y'all. Like the video, I guess, subscribe. I'm getting used to this recording shit. Bye.